Welcome to a new episode of No Bullshit. The following is my response to a video called Girl Talk, Feminism, Sexism, and Objectification by Samantha Maria, another makeup and style YouTuber who decided to take a stab at social issues. What could go wrong? Let's check it out.
Welcome back to my Girl Talk series. Today I wanted to talk about feminism and also sexism. It's a topic that I've been wanting to cover for ages now, about 2 years or so. I felt really strongly about it.
You felt so strong about it that you waited 2 years to talk about it? If talking about feminism and sexism issues can wait 2 years, maybe it's not that important of an issue.
Feminism has become a lot more prominent and it's a lot more in the forefront of people's minds at the moment, which is such a good thing.
It's a good thing. For women, fortunately, most of these people speaking about feminism are dummies and no one's taking them seriously.
But anyway, I wanted to start by saying I'm not going to sit here and hurl loads of like figures and facts and things like that.
Yeah, so you're saying you don't have any facts to support your upcoming arguments. Good to know.
I feel like if I just sit here and hurl loads of facts at you that like make me angry and make you angry, even though they are really good to know.
Also, facts don't make me angry. Facts are facts. I deal with them, but I can see these facts making you angry since they would show you that our society has equality and your feminism is antiquated.
I'll kind of get annoyed at things or things will frustrate me and I'll kind of mention it to Jason and he'll be like, oh, why don't you like do a video on it or something? And I've been like, yeah, I can, but like I don't know how should I do that?
Well, you're not the first person to do a video about something you know nothing about. I would still never recommend it. Just stick to your style haul videos and tutorials about eyeliner. Social dynamics might be a little out of your wheelhouse.
So feminism is basically equal rights for men and women, socially, economically, politically, personally.
Ignorant feminist move number 1. Hide behind the dictionary definition of feminism. But we all know feminism isn't about equality anymore because men and women have equal rights. I would ask you to name a right women don't have, but you already did say you're not going to use any facts in this video. Guess me and your 1.7 million viewers just have to take your word for it.
And I feel like a lot of people think that feminism is about like these angry women who just hate men.
We think it's about angry women because feminism is dominated by angry man-hating women.
So I grew up with a single mum, me and my sister, but my mum, so she's noticed sexism in her family, in my family, when she was really young. Her and her sisters would do a lot more jobs in the house and they wouldn't get my uncle to do much in the house, I don't think. I might be wrong, but that's what my mum says.
You think your uncle may not have done as many chores as your mom when they were kids? Wow, your secondhand anecdotal evidence is very convincing.
She was always very pro-women.
Shocking.
Her favourite film is Aliens. It's a very feminist film.
Actually, Aliens is not a feminist film at all. It's a sci-fi action movie that happens to star a female. Besides the strong female lead, it doesn't really have anything to do with feminism ideology.
She's just always been very like non-judgmental of women. Like if women want to do something, go and do it.
Her mom's not judgmental of women. I have a feeling she's not as kind to men. If she was, she might have had a father figure around when she raised her 2 kids alone.
But she'd make me very aware of her views. She never pushed them on me, but I was aware of them. So I guess I've always been a little bit like, when I see a difference between men and women, I'm like, that's not right.
Again, this girl's confusing differences between the genders with sexism. I think it's time to bring out the real definition of sexism. Unfair treatment of people because of their sex, especially unfair treatment of women. Well, I don't think that especially women part is necessary, but let's focus on the unfair treatment part. This girl is implying that different treatment is always unfair. And it's not. So
then with me personally, I think growing up, I think I just had a normal kind of teenagehood. You know, I wasn't overly pro-women.
The jump cuts are strong in this one.
But I always get pissed off at things like being objectified, being catcalled, stuff like that.
Oh my god, this girl is a makeup and style guru and she doesn't like being objectified and getting compliments? That's some thick bullshit right there. Your entire channel is about makeup, beauty, being pretty and stylish. All you do is objectify yourself for views, but God forbid someone on the street notices that you're dressed up like a hooker and yells, "Looking good, baby." That's sexism. You spend an hour on your hair and makeup because you want people to ignore you. Right.
Being a teenager up till now, I've always found a disrespect for me, for myself, for women, from guys, just in general.
Yeah, disrespect is not cool. It's also not a women's only issue. Men get disrespected all the time. In fact, I would say men get it more because men are just supposed to be tough and take it, while women are given more respect because vagina.
Maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit less, I stumbled across Caitlin Moran.
Caitlin Moran, huh? Well, she spells her name like Caitlin Moron.
So I downloaded her book on my Kindle, How to Be a Woman. I absolutely loved the book. I like tweeted about how much I loved it and everything. It's just so amazing to read a book by a woman.
What's amazing here is that you can actually read, and you read a whole book. Congrats.
The more I was kind of listening to talks, reading more books about it, opening my mind a bit more to it and awakening, the more I could look back at my own life and think, oh, that was sexist, that was sexist.
Another new feminist who didn't even realize things were sexist before. If it wasn't obvious before, then it probably wasn't that bad. You're just whining about trivial everyday shit. Real people with real problems know they are problems at the time. Slaves don't look back and go, oh yeah, I was held captive and forced into labor. I didn't even know I was oppressed before.
I started reading the book Everyday Sexism. It talks about things like discrimination and just downright sexism, really.
Everyday Sexism is back on this channel. It seems like anything bad or wrong done to a woman is sexist to these people. Any little inconvenience. Remember what Anita Sarkeesian said?
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
And I wanted to write a list of the, kind of inspired from the Everyday Sexism book and the Twitter feed, of daily things that happen to me at the moment that are sexist.
This should be good. Can't wait to hear how hard this girl's day is.
But I'll be like fully dressed in like a long black coat. I'll get wolf whistled at just down the street. I'll get wolf whistled at if I'm passing any type of building site.
I think there's a glitch in the Matrix.
I'll get wolf whistled at just down the street. I'll get wolf whistled at.
For the Americans watching, wolf whistling is a loud whistle sometimes used to compliment females on the street, stereotypically by rude male construction workers. While I could see it being a bit rude and awkward for ladies, I would hardly consider it a real big issue. It's just a whistle. Keep walking. Some women actually like it.
Do you think wolf whistling should be banned? No! A crime? No!
I love this audience!
And this girl tried to act like she wasn't even wearing anything special or sexy. Bitch, please. She's all about her looks and what she wears. Even if it's just a black coat, you know she'll have her blonde hair perfectly styled, lipstick, eye makeup on, and her legs are probably showing or in leggings or something. If wolf whistling is really that hard on you, try going outside in a burqa. Or just don't leave the house if you're that terrified of guys looking at you.
I'll be taking photos for my blog, just like fashion photos, and I'll get wolf whistled at. And it's just like I'm not posing. Okay, even if I was posing in a sexy way, I'm not posing in a sexy way. I'm literally just standing there like looking to the side. I'll get wolf whistled at.
Well, your job happens to be taking sexy pictures with attractive clothes and makeup. If you're doing that on the street like you described, yeah, men are gonna look, maybe say something or whistle. What the fuck do you expect? And this isn't even that inconvenient to you. It sounds mostly complimentary. Jesus.
That is the thing that makes me the angriest, I think, is wolf whistling. And it's such a small thing, and it seems really insignificant.
Yeah, it does sound like a small, insignificant thing. But here comes the big but.
But it isn't, because it's the mentality.
So wolf whistling is a small thing, but it's because of the mentality. That's it. Okay, moving on.
If I go for a nice meal or something with Jason, he'll usually be asked the questions like with what we want, what we don't want, things like that.
Yeah, they probably asked him because he doesn't look like a clueless beauty queen. And he's also paying.
If I take the card machine and I'm like, oh no, I'm paying, like I'm getting this, or if Jason hands it to me, there's usually either a bit of an awkwardness.
So now a little bit of awkwardness about paying the bill is sexism? Wow, your list is really compelling so far. Sexism is a big problem because of wolf whistling, waiters asking the man questions, and paying the bill awkwardness. Your life sounds really hard. You must need feminism.
Sometimes being out and about as a girl, you'll obviously get like approached by guys who are trying to like chat you up, get your number, whatever. And like the amount of times that it's taken more than once for me to say, politely saying, no, I'm not interested, like leave me alone.
Complaining about the persistence of male suitors is like complaining about human biology or evolution. Not in a rapey, I'm not gonna let you say no kind of way, but in normal circumstances, many females will say no to offers for dates and stuff many times before finally giving in. The truth is, persistent men get laid, and that sex makes babies who grow up to be persistent too. And let's be real, the guys she's complaining about probably look like this, and not like this.
I saw a quote yesterday and it was like, the most effective way to get a guy to leave you alone is to say you've got a boyfriend because they respect another man before, like over you. And I think that's so true.
I don't think that's true. If you have a boyfriend, you're not available and the guy continues his search elsewhere. I guess he kinda respects your boyfriend enough not to continue pursuing you, but that doesn't mean he respects men more than women.
And also I feel like a lot of the time, especially online, if I've got something to say that's not to do with beauty or fashion and that's quite opinionated, it kind of causes a shock and, you know, people getting really angry, like if I've got...
Well, you are running a beauty and style channel here. That's what your subscribers signed up for. If you start talking about other topics, that's fine, but don't be surprised or offended if some people don't like it, especially if you're doing bullshit videos like this one. It's like if a movie channel like Screen Junkies all of a sudden made a video about white power, and they were surprised people were upset or offended by it.
It's like, why have you got an opinion on something else? Like, you do beauty and fashion. It's like, no. Like, men can have a really deep interest in football or rugby.
I think you're conflating your life on YouTube with people talking in real life.
So this video is quite hard to make because I know it's not really a fun topic or anything, but it's just something that I really wanted to talk about.
You want to talk about feminism so bad you waited 2 years to make this poorly edited video with no facts. Well done.
Yeah, these are just my personal things, but there are so many things happening at the moment. There are women who aren't allowed to vote, aren't allowed to drive, aren't allowed an education.
Not where you or I live. Women can vote, drive, and get an education in the Western world. Quit trying to co-opt the victimhood of women in countries you've never been to.
You know, ridiculed, raped. There's so many things that are happening at the moment. There's a glass ceiling problem in jobs.
A glass ceiling problem in jobs. Can't be more vague than that. Who knows what this girl is talking about anymore, or where she's talking about. She's spiraling all over the place now.
Women still aren't seen as equals to men.
Well, women have equal rights when compared to men. I think you're conflating the differences between the sexes with the differences in rights and privileges. Yes, men and women aren't equal. They are different, but they have equal rights.
Pretty much everything is run by men.
Men who are in power earn that power in some way, usually by hard work and fighting their way to the top. Women want power just handed over to them by men. You know, like the hashtag he for she.
Only a few generations ago, women weren't allowed to do hardly anything. So can you imagine where we'll be when this topic is, you know, when it's not even an issue anymore?
We would be right where we are now. Women went from little rights to equal rights to men. It happened, and look, feminism is still an issue because women like you can never have enough. You have equal rights, but now you want more. You want men to ignore you when you walk down the street taking sexy photos? You want zero awkwardness in any restaurant in the whole world? You want to be able to make outlandish statements on your YouTube and get zero negative feedback? This movement for equality will never end. Well, that's all I got for this special snowflake. If you ever wanted a living example of someone who can never be fully pleased, it's this woman. She's young, pretty, living in England, doing the job she wants on YouTube with over 1 million subscribers, so she'll never have to worry about money or work again. And she's happily engaged to her boyfriend Jason. Sounds like the perfect little life, but she still finds time to complain about whistling, awkwardness at restaurants, and glass ceilings and shit. That's why she needs feminism. These ungrateful bitches make me sick. Thanks for watching though. Until next time, good night.